y'all, this is Brandy from Southern Crafts DIY, and I want to say hey to all my returning viewers and welcome any new viewers. So if you follow me on social media, usually you will see a list of everything needed for today's project, but because most of the stuff I have came from Beadbox Bargain, which if you don't have it already, you're not going to get it because it sells out so fast. I just gave a description of what we're going to be doing, and you can also get that on the community tab. So as you can see, it looks like I already jumped in, and it's because I had already started filming when I had a problem with my head pin, and then I found out it wasn't filming at all. So, hold on. And we are filming, so yay! Alright, so basically I'm just going to go ahead and tell you basically what you need to do this project, and we can go from there, because you can use any beads, not the beads I'm using, unless you have them. You can or you can find similar ones out and about in the general public, but I just want to show y'all different ways y'all can make a few bracelets and earrings. So the first thing you're going to need is silver beading wire. I got the 0.45 millimeters. That's what I use. It's fine. You're going to need certain tools. I have flush cutters. I got a couple different sets of pliers, and then I have these crimp pliers there to crimp the crimp tubes on the bracelet or necklace or whatever. So you're going to need that. You're going to need some eye pins, some head pins. Eye pins look like this. Head pins either look like this or they have a flat bottom. You're going to need some crimp tubes, some wire guardians, clasp of your choice, and beads of your choice, and chain also. And then like if you want you're going to need charms too, but we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to show you what I'm doing. That way you have an idea if you decide you want to do something like this. So I'm going to try this for a second time. First time for y'all, but second for me. And I'm going to be doing a little strawberry. So I'm going to take the leaf I have and I'm going to put it where the pointy side meets the head of the pin. And then I'm going to put the strawberry on there, and hopefully this works this time. So I tend to bend it over first before I start, just so that they don't move. And then I'm going to cut off the excess because I don't need this much. And then I'm going to be looping it into a piece that I can hang a jump ring from. Oops. That works so much better this time. Not even gonna lie. Though I'm trying to get this down to there. Yes. I'm trying to get this right there so that the strawberry can't come up at all. And there we go. That works so much better this time. I absolutely love this. It's so cute. In my head it was already cute, but so we're gonna do that. And then I've already pre-made these so it doesn't take too long, but this is what we're making. And honestly, you can do this any way you want. This is the way I decided I wanted it to look. So like I said, if you have an idea for your beads, just go with it. Oh, and I'm using this just so my beads don't roll all over the place. I said that earlier. That's why I forgot to say it this time, but like I said earlier, I wasn't rolling. So I'm just keeping the same pattern and adding the beads to my eye pin. Now, these bracelets I'm doing are more to my taste. I'm not big on flashy jewelry. I'm not hating on anybody who likes flashy jewelry. Don't take that the wrong way. It's just not something I like. So that's why I'm doing these the way I'm doing them. Because it's for my taste. Because these are going to be something I wear. So, again, cut off the excess. I think I cut it too small on accident, but we're going to make it work. Hopefully. I've done it before, so I know I can make it work. I just got to get it right. As long as I don't break my bead. trying to do this. This is where this one will come in handy if I can get it right. Alright, so not exactly the size I wanted it, but it'll still fit a jump ring on there, so I'm fine with that. So, yes, that works. So now I'm going to go ahead and, y'all, I did not put jump rings in there. Give me one second. Alright, even though it doesn't feel like I went anywheres, I am back with the jump rings needed for this project. Sorry about that. I thought I got everything. Alright, so the next step is literally putting these bracelets together. And I want to do it like this. Well, this bracelet, not these bracelets. And I'm looking at it. And I'm going to do these first because I'm not 100% sure that I need the last one. But we're going to go and play it by ear. Because all I have left is these bigger jump rings. So you just take it. And you do like that. You put the two together. This is going to be the one that's giving me a problem. Because I said it would fit. Y'all. Let me do the other one real quick. Don't get me wrong, I can make that work, but... And then we close it back up. And there it is. And we're just going to keep doing that. Until we're done with the bracelet. Now if I have to change it, I'm going to change the design I had for the bracelet because I had an idea for something, but if I'm only doing 5 instead of 6, then I need to change the placement on something. But I will get to that when I get to that part, so. Let's see how long this is, because this might be long enough. Give me a second. I can do one more, I think. Alright, let's do the last one. And I'm going to put it together, and if I need to, I can go back and change, add to it for my wrist, because I think one more should be enough. But we will see. Alright. Alright, so that is the basic of the bracelet. So now we're going to move to the next step, and that is what I'm going to do here. Sorry. So I'm going to add this to jump ring because I do want to put it on there somewhere. I just don't know now where I want to put it. And this is just... And as you can see when I'm doing it, because I forgot to tell y'all, when you do the jump rings, you got to pull apart from side to side, not, I don't know if I can fit this on this. I might be changing this completely from what I thought. Yep, that's not going to happen. This is just not getting put on there. I didn't test it out. That was the first time using it. I think that just needs to go on a head pin or a wire. So that's just getting took out because I'm not. So now what I'm doing is I'm putting the stuff on for the clasp. And I chose a heart. I originally had a leaf, but I felt the leaf one I had was just a little too much. So we're going to put a heart one for the clasp. And then we're closing off, because as I'll explain though, if you take the jump ring and you pull out that way, it will bend and break and it will take it out of shape. But if you do from side to side, it keeps the shape. So that's why we did that. Alrighty. So now I'm going to put this on there. And if it ends up not being long enough, this is easy to add the last thing on. But we're just going to go ahead and put this on. And look at that. A beautiful bracelet that should be plenty long enough for me to wear. So one down, 3 more to go. Alright, so that is, I think it was strawberry sorbet, but it's a strawberry one. So that's that one. Everything else should have what it needs. So next we're going to do a fun little one. It was a wave one. It is water. So this one, and you can go out and to bead stores and find maybe not these exact ones, but it's this kind of stuff. So I'm doing this one a little different. I should have all the pieces here I need. Alright, so this is one of the pieces I made. And I'm losing my ball. Oh, okay, I got it. So this is one I made. And this is going to have the wire. See how flexible it is? And how you could bend these, but they're not really flexible. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the wire. If I can get it. And we're going to string these beads the way I have it on here. So where'd my bead go? Oh, here it is. They may not be the exact same color, but this bead is the same as that bead, just to let you know. And then we're just going to string these on here. There it is. It was hiding from me. They're hiding from me. Not even going to lie. This one's the same as that one, even though that one's smaller. They don't have to be a perfect match. This is the same as the round one, just this one's white, that one's a peachy color. And we're just going to have fun with these. When you do these, you don't always necessarily have to have the exact same setup. Like you can have one side be longer than the other, and I'll show you that when I'm done. I think I have a bracelet like that. But yeah, you can be asymmetrical with it, or you can have the exact same, or you can just have random beads on each side but have it the same. It depends on what you're feeling when you make these, because it's your creation. Alright, so that is done. I got all the beads on there that's supposed to be on there. And now the next step, oh my god, y'all, I'm so inept. Hold on. Alright, y'all, I should have everything this time. I'm so sorry. I thought I put everything in these bags. That's why I had the bags. Alright. Let me find my wire guardians. See, even when you plan stuff out, you mess up sometimes. So, I am sorry, y'all. Here's my wire guardians. Alright. So, let's try this again. Now that I got the stuff needed. And this was supposed to be the faster way, by the way. Yep. So much faster to do it this way, supposedly. And yet I can't seem to get it done. Alright. So, let me get one more of these out because you're going to need 2 Crip tubes and 2 wire guardians. 1 for each side. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my crimp tube on there. And then I'm going to put my wire guardian through it. What this does is it protects the wire from breaking, rubbing against stuff and breaking. And then you run the crimp tube, if I can get it, through the wire, and you get it as close up there as you can. And then you're just going to take your crimp tools and you start with the back part of it. There's 2 sets of grooves. The back part goes first. And you press down and you squeeze as hard as you can. And then you take the other side and you put it in the front part. And you squeeze as hard as you can. And there you go. And then I'm going to flush cut this wire because it does not need to be that long. And be careful when you do it because you don't want to accidentally cut the wire that's actually part of the bracelet. Alright, and then I'm going to feed the beads through it. And then I'm going to cut the wire on the other side. And I'll try to do enough to make sure that I don't have any problems when it comes to feeding the wire through and everything, because I'm not that good. I really don't like to waste, but that's why I don't do wire a lot, because to me it feels like waste. Sorry, hold on. When you cut all that extra off, so I don't do that a lot, but I just wanted to do the wire with these. Okay, so again, you take your crimp tube and you feed it through. Now this is the harder part because you got to get it as close as you can to the bottom. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to feed it through. I'm going to make sure there's some give, but not too much give. And then I'm going to feed it through this tube like I'm supposed to. And see the give. So we're going to go with that. Because if you don't have the give, the wire will break. Don't think it won't. So yeah. So I'm going to do my little crimping right here. And be careful because you can break the beads when you crimp. And there we go. So now I'm going to cut this off. And there we go. And it's got plenty of flexibility. Now on to the next part. And I want to take these three. This pin's not very big, so I don't need to cut it. But it should be big enough for me to make the loop. And there we go. See if I can turn it. There. So, there's that. Now we're going to move on to the next step where we're putting the bracelet together. And for that, I need 4 jump rings. Which I forgot to tell you we're going to need. I told you like everything the first time around and I forgot on this time, but it's fine. So you're going to need the jump rings. I have 4 of them. You're going to need 4 for this bracelet. So, this is so hard to take apart at first. It's always hard the first time you do it. Whatever. It's fine. I could put it together. I don't need it to take it apart. I just want it to. Alright, so what we're going to do is take the jump rings, and then put the bracelet on there. And I wanted the fish and the starfish go right there at the middle. That's the way I envisioned it. And I thought it came out really cute. So I remade this bracelet like 4 times, I think it was, before I was satisfied with how I liked the way it looked. So don't give up. If you design a bracelet and you don't like the way it looks the first time, it happens. Like I said, 4 times. 4 times. And there is that bracelet. Now we just got to do the ends. So, and see, these are simple to make bracelets. That really don't take that long to make. So, as long as you can pick the pieces up. And there you go. And also, just to let y'all know, when you're making these, if the bracelet ends up not being long enough and you have everything on there you want, you can just add more jump rings at the end. I think I twisted it, but it's okay when I open it. it'll untwist. But you can always add more jump rings at the end to make the bracelet longer. Okay, so now we're moving on to the third bracelet. And this one has a set of earrings. And I think I'm going to do the earrings first. Alright, so I already put one together, kind of. I thought it was really cute. So I'm going to show you how to make that. So what I did was I took my little triangle that I think is so cute, and then I put the elephant next, and then I did another triangle. You just layer it. Basically what I'm doing is I just layered this on stuff that I thought was cute together. And then I did this bead. And then I just made the loop. And there's the earring. Yay! So the next thing you do is you take your actual earring you're going to wear, and I did the hooks because that's the only gold ones I have. And you just put the earring on there. And I'm not too worried about it because the elephant can move, so if I put it on backwards, it's not a big deal because the elephant can spin around to fix it. But if you put your earring on there and it does not hang right, I will show you that on the next set of earrings because that was a problem with one of my earrings. There's my small earring. The gold is slightly different, and that's fine. I had what I had to work with. So but when I get done with this, making these, I'm going to show you real quick a bracelet I did to let you understand the asymmetrical that I was talking about, where it doesn't have to be the same. So there's the earrings. I think they're really cute. As you can see, they don't match the stones, but they are the same stone. It's just different color variation, which is fine with me. Alright, so now, where'd my eye pen go? Oh, I'm blind. So now I'm going to build this. And what it is it's the triangle. This is another one I think I did more than once because I didn't like the way it looked. But again, like I said, you just play with it until you are satisfied with the look of the bracelet you're wanting to make. And then these were actually stuck together when I picked them up, so I thought it was one big bead, but that's fine. I like it. Sometimes it's hard to find the holes in these things. Oops, I put it backwards. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me fix that. This one goes first. I'm looking right at it and I still got it wrong. It happens. Alright. Okay. And then last but not least, there it is. See, there's not going to be a lot of room left on this. Sometimes that's how it works out. if I can put it on there. Alright, this one, by the way, was like a safari set. Elephants and giraffes, and I absolutely loved it. And I wanted to do a bracelet with the actual white elephants, but the way the holes are, I didn't want to do it like that. So I decided on earrings for that. Sorry, dropped it. Sometimes you just have to maneuver it till it works the way you want it to work. Got this to work before, so I know it'll work. Though I think maybe the reason I'm having problems is the bead might be a different size. So always make sure you take that into account when you're doing this too. Because if the bead is a different size, it might not fit on there. I might have to see if I have a longer eye pin for this one or find a smaller bead. Give me a second, y'all. Alright, I'm trying it with my smaller pliers to see if that'll help. I just got to get that loop the way I want it to be. It just needs to be big enough to put a jump ring through. I almost got it. Let me put the jump ring through real quick, and then I'll try to finish closing it off. But sometimes you just gotta play around with stuff. Actually, I might be able to just leave it like that. So yeah, we're good. Okay, we're good. Alright, so that is how I want that to be. And oh, my mom's gonna kill me. Alright, I'll clean it up later. So the next step is I'm gonna take my jump rings. And I'm gonna put them through my elephant pendant and then through there. And see how I got that pendant through there, that jump ring through there, I can just open that jump ring back up and put it on there. Alright. And again, if you don't like this, you can add more jump rings to make it longer. We'll play it by ear and see how long this bracelet is. Because again, this is something that I got for me. So, and when it's something like this, you can pick where you want the jump rings to be. Like, I might want them to be between the pendant and the other stuff. it's being a headache, y'all. I don't know why this bracelet decided it wanted to give me such headache when it didn't give me headache yesterday when I put the first piece together. Alright, and the earring. Okay, so there's that. And yeah, see, I'm going to need more. Oh, no, that's right. I forgot what I'm doing. I'm adding chain to this. That's what I was doing, y'all. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. But if you can still add more to that if you want, just to make it bigger. And I might, or not as close. And I might do that depending. Actually, I think I am going to do that. Let me see. No. No, I like it. I'm going to leave it. Alright. So, chain works the same way as the other stuff. Jump ring. Jump ring. Sometimes it's hard to get the jump ring through the chain. And sometimes you get it right away. Haha, I got it. And then I'm just testing it with myself to see how long it needs to be. Let's say about right here. Then I need to cut the links. I don't think that cut it. I heard that cut that time. There it is. Where'd it go? I swear, it just wants to give me a headache, y'all. This is so small. Sorry, I didn't mean to shake the camera. Make sure I get the right link. Stop it. There it is. It's definitely part now. Alright. Sorry about that. Alright. You can also bend these, even though, like I said, it's not really just to make it fit around your wrist better. A little too severe. Alright. So then you're going to take this headache of headaches and do it again. With Okay. Y'all, I'm sorry. See, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. With the different clasp, I'm going to put the clip on this side, the lobster clasp. I'm going to put the jump ring for the closure on the other side. Because this is one of those ones I said was kind of asymmetrical. I'm not putting chain on both sides. Sometimes these jump rings just want to give you a headache. Oh well. Oh, I destroyed that jump ring. Let's try again. Sorry, I gotta be able to see what I'm doing. I wear contacts and I'm still blind. Oh my gosh, y'all. Why, when it slipped on easy, does that jump ring have to disfigure? There we go. I didn't think I was getting it on there, y'all. I'm not. Alright. So I should have just used this. That was on there, but I was thinking this was for the thing to close it. So I didn't. But I am going to use it for the closure. So I'm going to open it and take it off. And then I'm going to put it on another jump ring and close it. And I'm going to put that jump ring on through the chain. I mean, not the chain. I already did the chain. Through the other part of the bracelet. Y'all, it's been a day. This stuff was supposed to be the easy part. And I'm having nothing but problems. Alright, so there is the bracelet. And like I said, I made it a little long, I think. It'll be fun. I don't care. It'll just hang a little. It's fine. So there's that bracelet. And now we're going to move on to the last. Let me move this stuff out of the way. Y'all, I don't even know. So the last one, like I said, this one we just did was like a safari. The last one's supposed to be like a Serengeti one, I think it's called. But this one's gonna have chain 2. I think. Yeah, this one's gonna have chain 2. Alright. So I already finished one of the earrings to show y'all how it works. I thought it came out really pretty. And it decided to go backwards. So I'm going to show you how to make that first because that's the fastest, easiest. No, I'm not doing, I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so I'm going to take the eye pin because it's got to have a loop down at the bottom to dangle the charm from. And then I'm just going to build my earring. And I use these just because I wanted them to kind of mimic the bracelet. So that's where I came with this. That one was easier than the last one I did. Oh my gosh. Alright, so there's that. And now I'm going to put the earrings together. And so when I did it this way, sorry. What I did was I did one jump ring per end. And it seemed like no matter how hard I tried, it became backwards. Oh, it would help if I put that on, huh? It seemed like the charm kept going to the back. So I decided to do 2 jump rings instead for the top. And so let me see. Let me do something real quick. These are so much more lightweight. And this is going to be the last bracelet I make. Whoops. Slipped right out of my hand, y'all. What is going on with my hand? I lost the... Oh well. Y'all, my hand's like, nope, I'm done. I'm sorry, y'all. Just want to make sure I didn't just record nothing. Stay on there this time. Okay, I think that's right. Alright. So, there's the earrings. And now, okay, so I'm going to need my phone for this one because I don't remember the pattern I made. I did a pattern the way I wanted it. So, give me a second. Let me look it up and I'll put the pattern together. And then I will make the bracelet. So this I knew was going in the middle. And then these on either side to kind of make it pop. And then these on either side of that to help make that pop. And then we got the little 2 black beads. And then 2 more orange beads. And then my clear beads. And then these. And then these. And then the orange. I don't think I need chain on this. I think I forgot what I was doing. But I have the chain just in case. And then this one. And the other one, wherever it went. There it is. I'm blind. And then these 2. And then an orange on each side. There's my orange. I was like, where's my orange? Alright, so that's the way I'm doing it. So, where is my wire? It fell down here. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and build the bracelet. And y'all, when y'all do these too at times, if y'all want to do spontaneous, where y'all haven't really decided, just throw it together and see what you think. But I wanted to do charms on some of these. Well, I did charms on most of these, just to show that you can make a cute bracelet without going overboard, I think. So, alright. I'm sorry, y'all. This wire is driving me crazy. There we go. Now, I didn't pre-string this one because I was doing one whole thing of wire. So, I didn't pre-string it. But the ones that I did multiple, it just saves time, y'all. That's why I did it that way. Because I'm not going to show you where I redo over and over and over again the same thing. And like I said, this is just different, multiple different ideas for bracelets. For you to do things certain ways. Because one is full on just the wire. One's wire and chain. And one's eye-tooth and wire, and then the last one's just eye-tooth. So multiple different, not eye-tooth, eye pins. I'm sorry. I don't know where eye-tooth came from. So yeah, several different bracelet ways. Eye pins only, eye pins and wire, wire only, wire and chain, and then wire and eye pins. If I didn't already say wire and eye pins, which I might have. Not wire and chain, eye pins and chain, sorry. I don't even know what I'm doing. But you can do wire and chain. Like all the stuff I did, if you want a looser vibe on the bracelet, if you want it to just be more looser and free-flowing, all the ones I did with eye pins, you can do with wire. And again, it's just the same thing I did earlier. Feed it through the wire guardian. Feed the crimp tube. This is a smaller one, but it's still a crimp tube. Through the wire. Pull it to the top. I would have preferred the same color wire as the rest of it, but this is what I had, so this is what I'm working with, and it'll be fine. I don't normally like different colored jewelry. Alright, so get it as close as you can. Back first. Crimp it as hard as you can. And then turn it to side front. And you're giving me problems. Why are you giving me problems? Oh well, I think it worked. And then cut the wire. The excess wire, don't cut the wire you're using. And again, bring it back down. And try to feed it through there so that it keeps it from sticking you. And then you're going to cut extra. And then you're going to rinse and repeat. Yeah, I'm not knocking the multi colored jewelry stuff. I just don't particularly like it. It's not something I like to do, so I don't tend to do it. But I know there's people out there that do like the multi-colored ones, so it's giving me problems. And then I'm going to feed it through the wire, the crimp tube, hopefully. I might have did a little too, yeah, I did a little too much, okay. Feed it through the crimp tube. See if I can do it like that to feed it through, because this is a smaller crimp tube. Come on, I almost had it. Yeah, this crimp tube's smaller. I like the bigger ones better, but I work with what I have, and what I had is a small one, so... Oh, I almost had it pop back out. Y'all, the struggle is real. Alright, so there we go. I got it in there. Alright, and it's still pretty dang flexible. So this crimp tube is smaller, so I gotta be careful that I don't break my bead. Or the wire guardian. Alright, there we go. And then I'm gonna flush cut this. Maybe. Why is it not cutting? I think these are getting dull. Okay, there we go. And there's that. And it's not long enough, so yeah, I am going to do the chain. Let me see. I kind of want it on both ends, so let me do it like this so I can make sure I'm doing the size right. And we're almost done, y'all. Woot woot. Do it about there. So I want to cut that one. Well, that worked. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side to make sure I got it right. So I need to do a bead. Yep, I need to do a bead, y'all. We don't need a jump ring, we need a bead. There it is. I was like, where'd it go? By the way, this cut's so much easier than the last one did. Also, if y'all know how to, what's it called? If y'all know how to, what's it called? Solder. Y'all can solder y'all's jump rings so they don't come off. So that is a thing too. Alright, and there is my bracelet. Now we're just going to do the end. The pieces. And then this. And then we're done with our jewelry tutorial. Which is something that's super easy to do. And I hope y'all enjoyed it. Okay. Let me see if I did this right. That should be fine. It'll probably be a little big, but it'll be fine. Probably like really big, but it'll be fine. Again, I will worry about it if I need to switch it once I get it open. It'll make it easier for me to see. But there are the bracelets for all the different things I did. The earrings, the bracelets. And I absolutely love how they all came out. If you did too, please, please, please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Because it does help my channel to grow. And I will see y'all next time. Bye!